Alright, this the part 2 of the Mike Tyson and Boosie situation, and I'm gonna defend both of them on this shit, and I'm gonna probably get on both of them and get on everybody. On the last video, I was talking about pretty much. I'm gonna try to get to nip in the bud, get into the nitty gritty of the fat titties, and tell y'all if I feel like Boosie was scared of Mike Tyson, or if I feel like Mike Tyson was trying to attack Boosie. You know, and I think my last point was, if a mother had a daughter that wanted to be a boy, I'd be feeling the same way about if the woman wanted, if the girl wanted to remove her vagina parts and make some kind of penis, or however the fuck they do that. I don't know how they do it. You know, I would feel some kind of way about that too. So it ain't just favoritism towards, you know, males and shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't favoritism towards males or whatever. But straight up. So yeah, I would feel that way about them too. And now let's get into the situation. You know, like I said, Mike Tyson asked Boosie, "Why do you say things to offend people? Why do you hurt people? Why do you do this shit?" Well, in Boosie's defense, and I do agree with Boosie, and Mike Tyson said he agreed with Boosie. You know what I'm saying? We agree with him. You know what I'm saying? But Mike Tyson said, "Who am I to judge such and such child?" But you know, it's back in the days, my moms and people, my moms and people her age, I used to always hear about my mom and her friends, right? I used to hear about, you know, that the neighbors can whoop your ass. You ain't even that kid. The neighbors can beat your ass too. If you was doing something where you was gonna hurt yourself, or you was being a bad motherfucker, or doing some real bad shit, they can whoop your ass too. Which you know, times is way different. You can't touch nobody kid. You better not even help nobody kid. If you see a little kid walking home, and he looks tired, he looks thirsty, and he's walking home, and you want to give that kid a ride, you better leave that kid alone, man. People, the motherfuckers ain't playing these days, man, because the outlook on life is so fucking different now, man. You have these serial killers and motherfuckers killing kids, people killing kids, and motherfuckers pedophiles and child rapists and shit. You know, people can't just trust a stranger like that. So that kid gotta struggle his way home, bro. I mean, think about how you'll feel if your kid walks home from school and a stranger you don't even know bring your kid back and say he looked tired, he looked such and such, she looked such and such. You know, it's gonna be, you know, you ain't gonna be able to do that no more. Or they gonna say, yo, we'll handle our kids, man. Or, you know, he was all right, he was just tired, you know, because the outlook on life is just so different, man. I had to say this. You know, Mike Tyson saying that shit, man, about who am I to judge somebody else's child, man. Look, I say to say this, man. I think if a person feels like you're doing something, if a person feels like you're doing something to ruin your child's life, because even though it ain't our kid, even though it's not our kid, I feel for the kid. I feel for Zaya. Now I'm gonna call him Zion. That's his motherfucking name. His name's Zion. I feel for Zion. You know what I'm saying? And that's not my kid. I never met Zion in my life, but he's a young black boy. I really care about young black boys in danger. I know his daddy is Dwayne Wade, and his daddy is rich. But, motherfucker, that boy is still black. And Dwayne Wade is still black. And I'm trying to make it a race thing. I feel for I wouldn't want no parent to let their kid undergo that shit. I wouldn't want no parent to fucking do it, man. Real shit, man. So, I feel like if somebody feel that strong to you want to make a decision they have to go out there and say, I think this is not right. I think you're gonna ruin his life by doing that. I think he doesn't know what he wants yet. So you can't believe everything. You know? I think you can say that. If I have a son and somebody feel like I'm doing something to ruin his life, it's my kid, but it's my kid, but I'll hear them out. I'll hear them out, bro. I'll hear them out. You know, people can take a shot in the dark, and sometimes you just gotta say shit, man. You know, it ain't your kid, but you feel for that kid. Like that abortion, my body, my choice. You know, but I guess the people that want the baby to stay alive, we love the baby more than you do. We want the baby to stay here. You know what I'm saying? So, to say who am I to judge, such. Look, you gonna get judged, man. People gonna put in their 2 cents. Now that's putting in 2 cents on something extremely important. That's putting 2 cents on something extremely important. This will change this boy's life forever. But in Dwayne Wade's defense, I never heard him say shit about letting his son get that procedure. And Boosie said, if you want to be gay, let him be gay. If it was my son, you know, I had a son, if my son wanted to be gay, yes, you could be gay. Because you got to let kids go. You got to let kids find themselves. Go see if that's what you want. I would let him, you know, do it. Go see if that's what you want. And if he don't want it, he won't do it. But if he want it, he gonna end up married to a man. You know, and it is what it is with that. Would I prefer that? I wouldn't prefer it. Would I accept it? I'd be happy for my son, man. You know what I'm saying? That's him. You know, and if I ever and if I ever wouldn't let him be himself, my mom's would whoop my ass. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I would try to tell him all the stuff that gay men go through. But how can you say that when you don't know what all they go through? You're not gay. You ain't been gay. How could you tell them? I would tell them what I know. You know, you're gonna go through this. You're gonna go through that. People gonna feel this way about you. Would I try to get him off that path a little bit? Yeah, I probably would. I probably put some fucking, I don't know, some scribbles or something. Turn it that, you know, if you straight, you don't want your son to, you don't prefer your son to be gay. If some gay dudes don't prefer their son to be straight. So, you know. So that's one. What else? If you feel like you got a strong opinion, Boosie might have felt like, yo, I can save this boy. Maybe I could get. He was talking like he wanted to talk some sense into the women. Maybe I can get in his head and make him not allow his son to do this. Maybe I can save. Maybe I can save Zion's penis. And I know that sounds fucking brutal, but maybe I can save Zion's penis. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, the big problem with the world is niggas that don't speak up on what they feel. Niggas that be lying, man. Boosie telling the truth, man. If doing too much for the person, you know, doing too much is rarely a bad thing. Like them stupid ass bitches talking about not fucking with niggas because talking about they trying too hard. Like trying too hard. It's kind of weird. I mean, if you trying too hard can become stalkerish behavior, which I get, you know what I'm saying? But trying too hard. He brings me flowers every week. He tells me how pretty I am every day. He compliments me. He always taking me out. He never let me pay for shit. That's a nice guy. First of all, if you fuck with me, after the first 3 days, your ass going Dutch. Or you gonna pay for some fucking dates. Or that's it, motherfucker. But he's just a real nice guy, so what? You know what I'm saying? But another thing. People was talking about okay, go into this right here. He asked Boosie, he said, why do you say these things? He said, maybe you a homosexual, and that's why you talk bad about homosexuals, because you a homosexual yourself. And I'm like, I was thinking like, man, come on, that's kind of fucked up, man. I was thinking, man, like, that's kind of fucked up. But that is a psychological thing. You know, people have been caught doing that. It is gay dudes. It is undercover brothers who bash gay dudes who was discovered to be gay. You know, it is. Some celebrities get called out for fucking bullshit. You know? And they say, if it was around your family, if you went through it with your family, they kind of say if your daddy used to beat up your fucking mama, you probably gonna beat up your woman. They say it's an iniquity, if that's word, iniquity. You know, and I don't even want to mention Chris. That's my nigga, man. I don't even want to mention Chris. Everybody talking about Chris, man. But you know what his stepdad was doing to his mama. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at the motherfucking cycle. So that is a part of psychology. I don't know if I want to say psychology. Sometimes people do. I wish I could name some celebs that bash motherfuckers and got caught doing the same shit they bash motherfuckers for, bro. But y'all know who the fuck I'm. Y'all know I'm talking that real shit. Y'all know who I'm talking about, man. Y'all know the people I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm saying? Be doing the same shit, bro. You know, but do I think Boosie is fucking gay? No, I don't think Boosie gay. You pay a bitch to show her pussy on live for $1,000, you're not gay, bruh. I don't think a gay nigga would pay $1,000 to see a pussy on live. I just don't think so. And they talk about, y'all think he really paid $1,000? What the fuck you think? Do y'all think she really got paid? What the fuck do you think, man? Nigga got like $5 million in his account, nigga. What the fuck you think really happened? What you think really happened, cuz? You know what I mean? Of course. But, alright. Yeah, that's a real thing. And Boosie was like, I'm straight as an arrow. And Boosie was like thinking about it like, yo, like, nah, Boosie could have got mad, right? You know, I don't think Boosie was scared of Mike Tyson. Because Boosie said, you know, I don't think it's right, it's such and such, and I stand on what I said. Now, if Tyson was gonna get mad and knock his ass out, he would have did it right then. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about that, man. Boosie said, I stand on what I said. He didn't bitch out and say, oh, Mike, I didn't mean it. Mike, I was going through some shit. Mike, my kids getting on my nerves and all this shit. He said, I stand on what I said. And Mike thinking like, wow, okay, you stand on what you said. So it's interesting. He was saying, like, it's interesting you feel that way and you feel that like Mike doesn't like it, but you know, boom, boom, boom. And people scared of Mike and shit because he, you know, he 55-6 or some shit like that on his boxing record. He knocked a lot of niggas out, you know, professionally. When you fight professional boxing, everybody you fight professional. When you get to the pros, and to knock out, he knocked out 90% of them, bro. That's pretty fucking impressive. You know, Floyd knocked out 100%. You know, but that's not the hit though. People got their critiques about Floyd, whatever the fuck. But yeah. I mean, let me keep going with this shit, cause I'm going in. All right. Why do I keep coming here? All right. So I gotta peel back every layer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he asked him that shit. You know, I feel disrespected if a motherfucker, if I never portray myself as gay or put that energy out there. Like, I've never even worn, I ain't saying I make you gay, but I've never even worn a pink shirt. I've never worn a pink shirt. I've worn dark Laker purple on my shoes, but that ain't fucking that. If that's gay, the Lakers gay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant. You know it's like that. I've never worn like a pink shirt or none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Boosie has done that. Cameron done that. Do I think these niggas gay? No, I think these niggas fuck a lot of bitches. You know, Cameron fuck a lot of bitches. Fucked a lot of bitches. You know, he had the badass dark skin shorty Juju. You know what I'm saying? Boosie fuck a lot of bitches. You know what I'm saying? But I never done that. So for a motherfucker to come at me and say I'm gay, even when Boosie had on the pink shirt, he wasn't doing gay things in the pink shirt. So I would feel disrespect out that tip, but don't look at the disrespect part. Look at the psychology of it. Look at all the motherfuckers that bash motherfuckers for shit, that do the shit they bash motherfuckers for. Okay, boom. Another thing. Look up the craziest moments of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has said the most fucked up shit to people. He has threatened other men. He's threatened other men with homosexuality. Like when he told that man, "I fuck you till you love me, faggot," and when he told Lennox Lewis, "Make sure kids are good with them big lips." And if I ever meet Mike Tyson one day, don't get mad at me for saying this shit and knock my ass out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure kids are good with them big lips. And he said misogynistic shit to reporters like, I don't do interviews with him if I fornicate with him. Look up the most savage moments of Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson hates that about himself, that he done that. Look, this is the thing about it, right? This thing about it. And people say, how can Mike say that to Boosie? How can Mike Tyson say, why you say things to hurt people? When you, Mike Tyson, have said some of the most fucked up shit in the world to people, have threatened men with homosexuality, told a man you was gonna fuck him in his ass till you love it, told a man to kiss you, said drop the FAG, the whole word, drop them whole word, drop the fag and the rest of the word numerous times. How can you tell anybody? How can you ask somebody, why do you hurt people? Well, this is the thing, right? Y'all gotta get off Mike, because Mike said, my demons will eat your demons. So by saying that, he's saying, by him saying my demons will eat your demons, he's saying, why the fuck do you do it? I know I was doing it. And I look at my past self and I hate myself for doing that. And I think Mike Tyson don't want Boosie to be like how Mike Tyson was back then. Because I think Mike Tyson see himself back then as somebody who said some bad things to people, hurt people, hurt feelings, not even in the ring is business, but said some things to people that he don't fucking like. Because every time somebody mentioned shit from Mike Tyson past, better ride behind me, I mean, sure, man. Every time a reporter mentioned some shit from Mike Tyson past, I'm not talking about the motherfucker who said, Mike Tyson coming out with a show and he said, he had convicted rapists, this might hurt his campaign, and he got mad at him. That dude was a motherfucking asshole, he deserved that shit, but, you know what I'm saying? But people want to talk about his boxing career and how he intimidated people and said things like, one reporter was talking about how you said you want to push this other boxer you fought nose into his brain. You want to punch him in his nose and stab his brain with his nose bone. You want to hit him so hard in the nose, you want to stab his brain with his nose bone. Yeah. Explain that energy. And he got annoyed with it. He got annoyed with it. He didn't want to talk about it. He said, you talking about some shit. You talking about something when I was like 20-something years old, 15 years ago. And, he was getting annoyed by it. I don't think Mike Tyson like his past, man. I don't think he like his past, man. I think he loved boxing and shit like that, but he don't even fucking love he don't love, the problem with Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson hates his past, when he was an asshole and saying all this crazy shit with other fighters and saying these homophobic slurs and shit. He hate his past, but a lot of his fans love his past. Mike Tyson hated his past, but a lot of his fans love it. Maybe Mike couldn't have went 55-6 or whatever his record is without being so vicious, what I'm saying? Maybe that power, it's boxing, man. You talk shit, man. You go at it toe to toe with another professional fighter, man. Maybe that's what, maybe he needed that to get, such that. But You can't expose the motherfucker. He got nothing to hide. He said, my demons eat your demons. You know, he already said, he pretty much already said, I was an asshole, so why, he pretty much saying, I was an asshole, so why the fuck you being an asshole? You should stop being an asshole before you feel like me. Pretty much, you know. People saying like, he should have snapped on Mike Tyson. And because Mike Tyson do, people talking shit like, if that was me, I would have said something smart. People saying like, if that was me, I would have said something smart to Mike Tyson. Or I would have had to just fight the nigga or some shit. Man, look, man, y'all want to sit in the room with that man, in the same room with that man. I'm sure a lot of y'all niggas just talk. I'm sure a lot of y'all niggas won't do shit, man. Because a lot of motherfuckers are scared of this dude. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Boosie could have said, not disrespectful, but Mike didn't say that to Boosie in a disrespectful way. He said, do you like homosexual? Boosie could have said, you know, did you want to have sex with Lennox Lewis? I heard another guy say this on the video too. He said, did you want to have sex with Lennox Lewis for real? You know, he could have said, you told Lennox Lewis to kiss you on the lips. Did you really want did you really want him to kiss you on the lips? What was your mindset to that question? And I think I would have asked the question, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have asked the question, what was your mindset when you asked him to kiss you on the lips? What was your mindset when you told somebody you'll fuck him in the ass? What was your mindset then? And if Mike can't handle that and a cracker jawbone over that, then try to sue him and get some money, man. That's all I fucking know. But to disrespect it, you know. So do you feel like Boosie was disrespected because he didn't say anything back to Mike like that? Another thing, Boosie look at Mike as an OG. You know, I got OGs, and she let your OG get away with a little shit, with some shit. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom. But he is an OG that can kick your ass, so knock your ass out. So that's a different type of OG. But and take Mike Tyson, the boxer, out of it. No, you can't. You can't take it out of it. Let's say if Mike Tyson couldn't fight and shit. Let's say if he couldn't. I can't even say that, because that's why people are a fan of him. Through the basics of it, bro, Mike Tyson is a elder who can teach people, who can teach young people, and Boosie is a youngin' than him. You gonna have certain respect for your OGs, and your OGs can probably ask you questions that another motherfucker can't ask you. Do motherfuckers let Mike Tyson say whatever they want to him because he's Mike Tyson? Yeah, I'm sure it happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it happens. Okay. But I don't think he ever talked to Holyfield like that. Holyfield beat him twice. I don't think he ever talked to Holyfield like that. You know, but at the end of the day, Boosie said, I stand on what I said, and he didn't take it back because Mike Tyson was there. A lot of y'all niggas would have took that shit back and said, oh, I was going through something, oh, I don't really feel that way. No, I do feel that way. And that's what Boosie said, I feel that way. And if you don't like it, so Boosie let you know, a motherfucker don't scare me out of my, Boosie beliefs is real. A motherfucker don't scare him out his beliefs. Y'all get scared out y'all beliefs, man. A motherfucker don't scare him, that nigga out his beliefs. He believe what he believe, bro. Boosie stand on what he believe in, bro. And it ain't a lot of niggas like that. You know, out here. He's standing what he believe in. A lot of y'all niggas would have folded up under Mike. Y'all talking about he didn't do nothing, man. Like he supposed to just snap on a... Mike don't want to have to do nothing violent. Boosie don't have to do nothing violent. It's Mike's show. It's Mike's show. It's his podcast. You gonna try to beat up Mike Tyson on his podcast? Don't try to beat up Mike Tyson on the street. It's just not a smart move, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's how I feel. I feel like that. He said he's still on what he said. Some of y'all niggas think the only way to stand up to a motherfucker, the only way you stood up to a motherfucker that disrespected you is to knock his ass in the mouth. That is not the only way, bruh. You can stand up with words, bruh. If you gotta knock his ass in the mouth, do it. If I gotta knock somebody's ass in the mouth, I'll do it, bruh. But only if I feel like I have to, bruh. You don't gotta do. He said I stand on what I said in the man's face. How many of y'all can say that in the man's face? In his face? And Mike had to respect that. And back in Mike's day, you couldn't tell him shit either. From what I seen. So, you know, Boosie's still a real nigga to me, man. He's still a badass. He's still a Boosie badass. Somebody had a joke. After Mike Tyson, somebody said Boosie ain't even got a badass no more. Throwing the Boosie CDs in the trash. Man, fuck that, man. Boosie's still a motherfucking badass, bro. Straight up. And I'm done.